Welcome back to Stormworks Unlimited. This is your old pal Tater, and today we're going to do a little bit of a modification on that microcontroller we built to control our nets in the last episode. And if you haven't seen that one, check that out. That is the massive, giant, huge net episode. And then on top of that, we're going to get a way to unload this boat so we can actually sell those fish we've been catching. Alright, you guys, well, we're in the workbench. Now, in the last episode, I had that microcontroller up here. I just moved it down to here in my electrics room. It's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into that. And then we're going to add a node out here. And it's going to be the output node, on-off output. It's going to be our alarm. Actually, we're going to call it the release alarm. And then we're going to go into our logic. Now it's going to be right here. And basically, if this is active, we want an alarm to go off. So we're going to put a blinker in. And hook it to that. Now that'll just give us whatever kind of alarm system you want to use. If you want to use a light bulb, or if you want to use a what am I trying to say, a buzzer, that'll be what we need to make this work. So that's all we need is a blinker and the alarm. So we'll go ahead and update this, and then we're going to go ahead and put a buzzer in. And for right now, I'm just going to plop it right in here with some of my other stuff. Release alarm, and let's go in here, and that's a beeper. That'll probably be all right. Change our pitch. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Do something like that, and then just hook the power up to it, and should be good to go. Let's just double check to make sure that does work. And we may get a little more complicated with it. Maybe only have an alarm after. I can hear it. It's just beep, beep, beep. It's not very loud, which is probably exactly what we want. Okay. So then we need to figure out a way to unload our fish from this boat. Now, the large gantry, in fact, I'll run over there and show you guys exactly what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen it, but here is a fish market right here. And if we look at this thing, it has a vacuum on, and it has a vacuum on the bottom of it here. Let me just kind of no clip down to it. But as you can see, it's not real low to the water, and that's as low as it goes right there. So what we're gonna want to do, just push it down. That's as low as it goes. So we can't like extend it anymore. We can go up. So they just didn't quite squish it out far enough to the end of the dock to make it go down low enough for most of your basic trawlers. As you can see, it hits right there, and that's as low as it goes, and we're still pretty high up. All right, so we have to accommodate for that. Now there is these hoppers here, and I actually have never tried to use them, but I would assume you can throw your fish in these too. So there's a couple options we can do to get fish here. We can either dump them off in here, or we can dump them off on top of that hopper, or we can suck them out of our boat with the vacuum system. So let's go back to our boat. Now on this particular boat, it's a little bit low to the water, as you can see, which is kind of how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be real stable, deep in the water. Now there's an easy way we could do this, but it won't look the best, but it's also probably the simplest way. We could just grab one of these little guys here. I didn't want to put it there, which is just the duct. We could put this right here, and that could actually be a fairly simple setup for unloading our fish. Now, just take our coal out of it, just like that. And then we probably need to do a little something here so the fish, because I have noticed when I unload my nets, a lot of times my fish will kind of right out the back. So I think that this is a good opportunity to go ahead and fix that problem while we're at it. So obviously this is ugly, but we can make it look a little bit better. And what we could do here is go something like this. And it kind of interferes with this, but it's not the end of the world. In fact, I think I'm going to go like this. And then just with 1x2 over here. But then we need to have access to get in and out of that. So I think what I'll do is I will put a small little gate in here. And in order to do that, we'll just cut that off and put pivots in it. Pretty simple stuff. I want them to turn. Yeah, I want them to turn that way. That'll be just fine. And then build our little door. There. And then I'm going to put a player sensor in this right here. Put one on each side. And then when we walk up to this, it'll trigger this. But in order to get that to work, we need toggle to number. If you guys haven't seen toggle to number before, it's really handy little thing. And all it is a numerical junction or numerical switch box that's been compacted. It's really simple, really easy to use. Highly recommend it. It's in my workshop. You can download it. And then we're just going to hook the numerical, or I'm sorry, the toggle to number to this, and it should be set at 0 to 1. On values 1, off values 0. And we'll get in here and we'll do, we don't need 5 meters. Probably only need about 2 meters. And we're going to detect players. We'll have to put power to that, but for right now I'm running infinite electric. So when I walk up to this, is it working? Not detecting anybody. Why aren't you detecting? Ah, I need to go to a sphere. I think that's probably the issue. There it goes. Boom. Over here to this one opens too. So then it'll close behind you. So you don't ever have to worry about it being left open. And that'll kind of funnel the fish in. And it'll also give us a nice spot to build the rest of the unloader part. So this would be for unloading your fish into the vacuum. So we're going to go ahead and put this up, and we're just going to make this look kind of pretty here for a second. Boom, boom. Do this, and then we're going to do a couple of these guys here. Just like that. And that's not looking terrible at all by any means. So let's go ahead and we need something to center it. If we just try to drive under there, it's never going to stay there. The boat's going to drift out, especially if there's any wind at all. So here's what I'm going to do. This is real simple. You need to use, if I'm going to use a winch, if you're going to use a winch, you need to use at least a medium winch. Now you could use all sorts of different systems in here. You could have like an arm that holds it, or just an area that kind of captures it. But for what we're doing, this is probably going to be the easiest thing there is to do. And then I'm going to put 2 mag-alls in. I'm going to grab this one, move it up a few, paste it. Grab this one here, move it up a few, and paste it. And then we're going to need some electrical, we need connector. Or cable anchor, sorry, electrical cable anchor. I'm going to put one on the bottom of each of those, just like that, and hook the on-off output to the mag-alls and the cables to the winches, just like that. Now we can actually use like one set of buttons to run both winches. So we're going to use toggle buttons here. We're going to have 4 of them. So this will be my up, my down, and then my winch, my mag-all on the left and right. So go up, down, mag-all, mag-all, just like that. And then we're going to use our logic nodes, and our up's going to go to up on both winches, and the down's going to go to down on both winches. And this is going to go to the on-off input of each individual winch. And then make sure you have power hooked to all this stuff that we just did. And these have to have power ran between themselves, just like that. And then we'll hook it into our main battery. And we should be good to go. Can double check that everything works. That mag all works. That mag all works. Winching in. Both mag alls are moving. And winching out. Make sure that they're actually winching out. Oh, come on. Let me grab you. Yeah, that one's winching out. And that one winched out too. Okay, so we'll just wind them back up and we'll be good to go. Well, that should help keep our fish in the boat. It should also help keep everything centered when we go to unload. So what we're going to do now is just take it for a quick run, grab some fish, and go try to unload it. Set our booms out. Set this to 40. And extend our nets a little bit here. And we're dragging bottom, but it's gets deeper, so we'll be all right. And all we need to do is just pick up a couple of fish, so we don't need to get crazy. Okay, well, we're pulling up into the dock now. I think I got a couple fish in the net, so let's go ahead and bring everything in. And we'll see if we got some fish. Oh yeah, we got fish in there. Well, let's go ahead and test our new unloading little shelf thing that we did, our little wall, and our alarm. Yep, fish are going into their little area that they need to go into. And I still have an alarm chirping. It's a real quiet little alarm, but that's exactly all we need to have. So I'll run my nets up and we're going to test this unloader. Basically, I'm just going to back up over there. And it does not have to be perfect by any means because of the way we're set up. We just kind of need to have it over the deck of the boat so that basically we can get it centered where we need to have it centered. So if it's over the back of the boat, over the work deck at all, we'll have no problem scooping it up. And something like that looks like it should work okay. So here's what we're going to do. Going through our gates. Oh, I just got pitched right off the boat. That was hot. That was sexy. So get up under here and run the winches down. And I just need to grab this mag awl. And I'll need to turn it on. Dropped it. Okay, turn it on. And I want to get, it's not where I wanted to get it. I don't want to get it on the left side. That probably worked right there. And then we're going to do the same. I have way too much cable out. We're probably going to do the same over here. And turn it on. And then we're going to try to grab this one over here like this. Lock on. Okay, now we may have to adjust some things as we tighten them up, but let's see what happens. Now the vacuum is on to the hopper. So once it gets over our unloading hopper there, we should be good to go. I don't know why I'm kind of got a little bit of a lean going on here. It actually looks like we might be... Oh, that's the problem, is we're actually hung up on the back wall back here. So we might have to just wiggle the boat a little bit. Yeah, I might have to unhook and turn my boat. I need to go up a little bit with this now. Once we get this set right, we shouldn't ever have to adjust it again. But being that it's the first time, there I can hear it sucking. Just had to go up a little bit. And you'll see my fish levels are going down. Just like that. Now when we're done, you just unhook everything and they'll sit right there. And now it's at the right height and ready to go for the next time we want to come in here and get more fish. So there you guys have it. That's how to unload your fish really simply. Lots of different things you can do. Obviously, you don't have to do it the way that I did it, but basically you just got to get that vacuum on top of one of your hoppers and the fish will get cleaned directly out. All right, you guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. This has been your old pal Tater. I'll catch you on the next one.